you and I know each other. My career has been, vast within the pharmacy tech world. I can say, honestly, I don't regret for one moment of time of becoming a pharmacy technician. I actually started in pharmacy school, and just, the pharmacy technician path was more the right path for me. And to have been able to grow my career so much over the years. I actually was thinking back, it's been 20 years since I've been in pharmacy. I know I'm dating myself today, right? But that's okay.
I feel like, Nina, I've had wonderful relationships with pharmacy technicians, you included, just that have such a broad knowledge of things that are going on in kind of the pharmacy world. And I know you and I talked about that before. You were, looking to build a channel and kind of a space for pharmacy technicians to know that they're welcome inside of RPhAlly. Just how diverse being a pharmacy technician can really be, and how you can go from being a brand new pharmacy technician, just trying to get your feet wet, to being, what a lot of pharmacists are saying, like they're guardian angels, that are taking care of everything that's happening, to folks that are going even beyond the kind of pharmacy setting into more operations roles. But tell me a little more, Nina, about like kind of what you have in store and what you're thinking for this really exciting channel.
Yeah. So, what I have in store is more, we can call it a residency program and a advanced, academy, kind of something that's going to take the pharmacy technician and allow them to grow and advance and explore the many, many, many different opportunities. I think there's a lot of quote unquote stuck, technicians, stuck pharmacists that, get into, I don't really know where to grow, but so many of you have so many amazing ideas, and how to marry those ideas, that you've had all this pharmacy experience and knowledge, but then to take that and really marry it with something that's a passion. So, but if you're interested in staying in pharmacy and that's where you want to be, how many other opportunities there are in pharmacy? And I just kind of shoot off a couple of quick ones, but, creating wellness programs within an independent pharmacy space, point of care testing, how important a pharmacy technician is to that role, immunizations, really growing some programs within the retail space, hospital, what are the opportunities, robotics, automation, inventory management, kind of where you can take your career and so if you love finance and you love numbers, hey, you'd be a great pharmacy buyer, right? So how do you get into those roles? What are the skill sets that you need? So the program that I'm creating is called the Pharmacy Technician Advancement Academy. And so long time coming up with that name, but it's essentially going to be a culmination of all of the things that you can do, all of the opportunities in pharmacy in the different sectors, and then how to grow that. And even so much as to getting into entrepreneurship, right? So today I'm in entrepreneurship. I'm excited for that route. Kevin, you're in entrepreneurship. It's exciting for me. It allows me the flexibility to work, kind of when I need to around my family and around other things that are going on in my life. And so I see a lot of pharmacy technicians looking at that as well. And how can they utilize, their knowledge and their skill set to also then become an entrepreneur, and what that means for them.
I think that's fantastic. And I think that the pharmacy advocacy world just needs more and more pharmacy technicians to be part of it. I think there's a huge missing hole and voice that's doing a ton of the work. And in my opinion, the majority of the work behind the counter oftentimes, and in all kinds of other settings. And so I think we have to be able to collaborate more often. And I love the idea of, bringing pharmacy technicians and pharmacists kind of under one roof to be able to do that. Tell me this, like, what do you think with the future of pharmacy and what we're seeing with kind of the advancement of pharmacy technicians into all kinds of different roles, giving immunizations, actually being able to give the shots, is a really interesting new clinical space for pharmacy technicians to go into. But this piece, I guess, is the most curious to me. When we're looking at your channel, like, to me, I understand fully, like, pharmacy technicians are going to benefit tremendously because they're going to be able to take these skills, develop them further, and then become something significant within their organizations, and advance their careers and find more satisfaction. So those things are all tremendous. For the pharmacy world, like, why does the pharmacy world need pharmacy technicians to take your course or be in your channel?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we'll use retail pharmacy, independent pharmacy for an example. The independent pharmacy space is still struggling today just through the PBMs, through reimbursements, and always looking for a leading edge, to advance. And it's the pharmacy technicians who are going to be able to do that. They're going to be able to take and grow programs, and they are the ones that are intimately involved with your customers, and they are the ones that are understanding what's going on in the operations. If you ask a pharmacy technician, they know more about the business themselves than sometimes the owner does. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that's kind of the way it's been. And so it's what's going to happen in the pharmacy world as the dynamic shifts and pharmacists are working at the top of their license. And, there's new changes coming down the road with maybe RTM and RPM and CCM and all of those programs and all of those things that a pharmacist can be directly, in with patient care. The pharmacy technician is going to have to pick up the slack, right? So there's a lot of farm tech check programs going on. I'd like to see that come to fruition across the board. Again, pharmacy technicians driving wellness programs, supplement programs, nutrient depletion, how to talk to patients about that when they're picking up their prescriptions. And so I think the driver here is so that pharmacy technicians feel confident enough that they can work these kinds of programs and they can build these kinds of programs and make them successful, and ultimately creating more success for the retail pharmacy and keeping independent pharmacy alive.
Yeah, I think that you just hit so many on the head, Nina. I've had so many conversations with pharmacists that are just saying, like, I don't have time like I used to, and I don't have the technician bandwidth to be able to raise up really high quality, excited technicians to do what they need to do. And I think that having a channel like yours, allows those pharmacy technicians to come in and get a huge catalyst, inside of their career to be able to really benefit the facilities they're working in. And the other piece is this, like when it comes to like opportunities, like what can I do next for a facility? And you mentioned independent pharmacy, which you and I have a near and dear love for, helping those institutions just really rise to the top and show exemplary care and service to communities. The necessity there is not just for the pharmacists to be good at what they're doing. I mean, even more so, I think, is the pharmacy technicians to be excellent in all the aspects that you're kind of mentioning. So I absolutely love that. Any other parting words, Nina, for our audience and the folks that are kind of out there that'll watch these recordings to know about what you're doing and what to do next?
Just stay tuned. The Academy's coming. I'll be, starting to post some cool material and things within the channel. I want it to be, something that technicians feel comfortable asking questions. I'm going to have kind of an Ask Me Anything. I'll open office hours once a week. I'm going to try to do I have tons of podcast episodes already lined up and folks that want to be on podcasts. So anywhere from, like I said, point of care testing. There's a few folks through the RPhAlly team that will be also on the podcast and kind of just getting their perspective on how they see pharmacy technicians rising to the occasion. And I really just want to be a conduit for, all things pharmacy technician related, and feel free to ask me questions. You'll hear my story. I'm going to start trickling out my story through social media and just kind of how I got to where I am and all the things that led me here. And hopefully it will inspire, some others to take on different roles.
Oh, man, I'm so excited for it. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much. And really excited to be able to work together and to do this, especially pharmacist and pharmacy technician. Like there's no more dynamic duo, than that. To join RPhAlly, go to rphally.com. Make sure that you have your pharmacy technician license, or for those pharmacists have your pharmacist license, then be able to register and jump on board, and then be on the lookout for more of Nina's information when she gets everything up and rolling with that channel. We're all excited to see it. All right. Have a good rest of the day, guys.
All right. Bye. Thank you.